Hey there, Jon Chorba here from ReallyEasyGuitarLessons.com, and in this installment of Really Easy Riffs, we're going to look at Cocaine by Eric Clapton. So not only are we going to learn a really easy riff, but this riff can be applied to the whole song. So it's not really easy riffs in this case, it's really easy songs, because you're going to just learn two small little parts that you can use throughout the entire song. So this isn't a note-for-note rendition of Cocaine. It is a simplified, really easy version that if you're on the beginner side, or even if you just have some experience but you're looking for a quick, easy win, this song will absolutely give it to you. I've taught it thousands of times to beginner players. Well, maybe not thousands of times, but definitely hundreds of times. A lot of times to beginner players. It's really great. You get through the whole song reasonably quick, and it's a lot of fun. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to demonstrate how the riffs sound and look. Then I'm going to break them down step by step, and then I'll kind of coach you through how you should go about practicing this. Let's get started. All right, here's what the finished product is going to sound like. All right, so hopefully you can see there's just two small little parts to this, and it's really not that hard. So the first main riff, it sounds like this. It's gonna be played on the 9th and 7th fret. So I'm gonna recommend you use your third finger, your ring finger, on the 9th fret of the D, G, and B. So I'm playing those three strings with my ring finger and strumming them, and then I'm going to play the same strings, the D, G, and B, on the 7th fret with my index finger. Notice that, my finger's laying flat, they're not bent, I don't have a bend in my dip joint, they're pretty flat. And I'm going to go 9, 9, 7, 9, ba, 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 little pause, and then go to 7. 9, 9, 7, 9, 7. So you want to make sure you have that in your ear. Ba, 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 da, 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 ba, 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 da, 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 da. All right, and then the second riff is just power chords. So a power chord on the A string of the 7th fret. So that means my first finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the A, and my ring finger is going to be on the 9th fret of the D. Okay, that's my power chord shape. I'm just going to simply move that shape down from 7 to 5. When I move it to 5, my ring finger's on 7. I move it down to 3, ring finger's on 5, and then I go down to 2. Ring finger's on 4. 7, 5, 3, 2. And then when you go to 2, don't let it ring out, stop it. So how you stop it is you take the pressure out of the strings with your fretting hand, and then with my picking hand, I also just mute it. So I take the pressure out, and then I rest the karate chop part of my hand on the strings just to kill any sound. And that's 7, 5, 3, 2 with a stop, okay? And so the order of that is you play the first riff, at least when the vocals start, when the singing starts, play the first riff 4 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you change. And you play that 1 time, and then you just go back to your main riff. So for the most part, you're on that main riff for like 98% of the song. The only time you go to the second riff is when he sings, "She don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie, cocaine," all right? Which usually, when we're talking about the verse, it's like you're doing the riff 4 times, and then you do that. And then there's a break where you do the riff twice, goes back to the verse, you do it 4 times, and then it changes. And then when you get into the solo, again, I'm not going over the whole solo here. This is just the simplified version of the song. But over the solo, you're just playing that main riff over and over again. The singing will start again. And then again, you just change when he starts singing, she don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie. Okay. Practice tips. In regards to the main riff, make sure that you're hitting the right strings. You don't want to hit open strings. You want to make sure that everything's nice and clean around it. All right, sometimes I'll bring my thumb over the top just to kind of touch the low strings in case anything's ringing out, to kind of clean it up. It can be tricky transitioning from that main riff if you have your thumb over the top like I do, and you go to a power chord where your thumb kind of has to come more in the middle of the neck. You know, you might want to practice that, just making that change to make it feel comfortable. But outside of that, and then on the power chords, you know, again, you want to make sure that everything is, you know, muted around it. When you're playing power chords, I recommend that you keep your fingers flat to touch all the strings around it, so that way you only hear the notes you want to hear. Outside of that, again, this is pretty easy. I'd recommend, you know, just learn the riffs, get them in your ear, play it so you don't need a tab or you don't need, you know, this video, and then listen to the song, play along with it, slow it down if you have to, and just play along with it, see how it feels, and then if that feels good, play it to a backing track where the guitar is removed, where you are the guitar player, and that's where you could have all sorts of fun.